Okay. Monolith 1060s. Reviews coming. This is obviously not that. How adorable that IEM connector is. This fucking MMXC or whatever the hell it is. So, someone was nice enough to make me RCA cables. Look how tiny these are. I'll see if he wants a link in this description. But those are the heaviest ends ever. And he made me a wire, which I put back here for a nice 1/4 inch to MMXC for the Monoliths 1060s. And that's fine, except I need to go balance, and I'm like, I want to make the balance. Just send me more connectors. So, whereas here is like the connector for 2.5 millimeters, so the ones I put in my 2000Xs. Here is the connector for those. And it sucks because they use one for an IM, and I know why they did. When you look inside, you could see there's like no room for anything to physically protrude into the structure of the headphone, but still, that's a shitty compromise. So now I'm gonna have to go and attach, this is the stock cable. Ugh. It's great for portable. When you're taking them portable, that's perfect, but we're not taking those portable, are we? So now I've got my system, you all know my system by now, with the 1/4 inch that I cut in half, and then I attach connectors, and it works great. It works great for, I have like 4 different types that I've got. But now, move that. The problem is that this connector is actually smaller than the cable I'm attaching it to. So there's gonna be some rework in the middle of this. I'm not sure what that rework's gonna be yet. I just know it's going to exist. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this in half. So line it up. So you're got a nice thick shield on this. It's a coaxial on the inside. It's got, you know, outside and a pin. And the way these hook up, I'm assuming you're not making, you just want to see what these look like. I'll find a link to these things. It's a coaxial, so it's outside. There's 2 shields, which is the outside, and the pin. So it's actually, if this shield on here wasn't as retarded, this would work. And what I'm probably going to end up doing is stripping these back longer than I normally do and rebuilding the shield with heat shrink on it. Now he also provided me with some self-grabbing heat shrink, which means it has adhesive that when the heat gets to it, it turns to adhesive and it'll squeeze and it'll grab them on. So I put together for that one. And I'm probably going to use that, but we'll see. My first step is going to be stripping these back. I'm going to say 1 inch. Well, I don't want to waste too much of it. 3/4 of an inch. Bite. We're just trying to tear it. We're going to tear it off, but I just want to get an incision so that we have a place to tear from. And if you don't want to squeeze, you're a little more trustworthy. Just hold the cutters open and just sort of push against one side. It's like use it as a knife. Bend it a little bit. You can see where it's not quite cut through. I wouldn't happen to have my actual razor blade on me, would I? Nope. Nope. Saw it back and forth. I could feel it hit copper. Alright, so that's off. We've got a couple strands, but you're going to lose strands. Just accept that. Try not to get them on the floor because they suck to step on. That's trash. Like your waifu. And here's how you would make sure you do this right. All the windows are closed. It's like 29 degrees and there's a nor'easter coming. Okay. Again, we're going to lose some copper. No tragedy. If If you're one of those people who needs every one of those last strings of copper, then you get out of my channel. So now what I normally do is I take this wire and I'll twist it, and then connect it and cut it. But I'm not going to do that now because I'm just trying to make this thinner. So I'm going to stick with, actually I'd use his. It's probably not going to get small enough. I'm working this out in my head while we go along. I have no idea. These videos, this channel is great because I have no fucking interest in keeping things on time or smooth or sensical, or I didn't get a goddamn scissor. I don't want to mess these ends up either, so I'm going to hang them off the edge. Spin around quickly. If you vomit and you complain, well, that's too bad. This is not the channel where I care about that. Although, there is no channel where I care if you complain about vomiting. I should be working one at a time, honestly. Holding them both is sort of like, that's the lazy person in me going, just do them both at the same time. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Can I get this over the outside too? Oh, it's so close. I can't though. I've got to cut this down. I'm trying to do this in one without, I'm trying to do this without failing. How's that? That little piece shot over there. I might do multiple layers. I don't want this to fray. It's woven, and that's fine. I just don't want to have to redo the weave. Just like your mom, have to redo that weave. Love how that doesn't shut off when I ask it to. So, what size was that? Can I get this size on here? This is even smaller. That's... Where did I get that? Do I even have this as a size, or is this a piece that I shrunk already? What are you? Ronco. That is you. Okay. All right. That's sort of like a good base. Let's go with that again. I should have tipped. I should have. See, now I'm thinking I should have done what I just did on with this piece onto the top, just to protect it, then built up, and then worried about it. Oh, don't burn the cable too much. Okay. He's alright. He's alright. So I need one that long. Now this is going to be a pain in the dick to get over without fraying everything. Essentially, I'm rebuilding the cable just to be thinner, because I should be able to, oh god, don't lose these things, get this through there, maybe? If I remove some of this copper. Because here's the center. You can see the center is tiny, it's minuscule. It's just all this other shit around it. I'm going to have to thin that out. And then use, I could still use that without completely worrying. Should I thin that out now is the question, before I do this second thing. I'm going to go with a yes on that. So, now that I've got both these ends sort of taken care of, under control, I'm going to do the thing that you're not supposed to do where you remove copper. But this is, we're talking about such a small amount of power. I need how much? Twisting one side. That should be good. Now I can cut this other side off. I got a better cutters for that task. Those are good, but they're not what I want. Orange handle, people. Keep an eye out. This is not how you're supposed to treat tools, but my dream of having a tool closet there has become a speaker storage room. Eventually a house will happen and I'll have the greatest fucking tool closet ever. Take that out just because it's expensive and I really need to use it more. I'm going to try to match the exact same quantity. I'm not counting strands, you jackasses. Pull off anything that's loose. So I'm basically taking like 40%. I'm keeping 40%. Make sure your hands are clean. You don't want to be putting oils all over this copper and then you'll never be able to cut it or solder to it. What a lovely pile of garbage we have. Alright, so now I have the still insulated coaxial, which will be hot and ground. And I really should test that original cable because the odds, there's I gotta look into the headphone. What am I talking about? Because it's a big red cable here, and I'm assuming, I'm going to the assumption that the phase is wired for the pin in the dead center of this little bitch to be hot and the outside to be ground. So I'm going to go into that assumption. And if I'm wrong, well then I'm wrong. What's my next step? Do I want to tin this and just tin it? Or do I want to wrap it again? I'm going to go with another one of these. So now I don't have to worry about it. So now I can just drop this down. All those pieces I cut, I'm going to cover those. That's fine. Okay. Now I've got them both there, so I can torch them both. One is a little longer than the other. Always a rotisserie, always moving, rotating, squeezing. Now the question comes, do you want to cut down the longer one first, or do you want to just hold off until you know for sure that, just cut it down, Zeus. Cut it the fuck down, because you're better than that. I love how this cuts just everything perfectly straight. Alright, so now those are perfectly finished. Where's my thing? Will I be able to get this in there? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And there's the problem. I just realized I'm stupid. Because unless I made this real long to slide this way down, this isn't helping. I'm not helping. So, what I had said, where I was, oh, I'm going to make it just all irrelevant, what I've just done is stupid. This is why you do it on camera. Because if I want to use this, I have to slide it down, do my work, and slide it back up. And what did I just do? It can't be done. What I just did cannot be done. So can I pull these off, or do I have to cut them? I should be able to just pull, yeah, all that work, like a big pile of trash, like your waifu. So now how far back do I want to go? Because now it's like a matter of the last 3 inches of this are going to be just my own. I'm replacing the shielding for a good amount. So let's go down to like here. How did I measure that? Secret is I didn't. Line them up. Line that up. Make a mark, and then you can go and do this. Good. I'm glad I'm recording this, because my failures become your knowledge. Oh, I don't want to cut anymore if I don't have to. I'd rather just rip it, but it's being a dick. At least this is a sharp edge on here. Okay. How much of that copper did I take with it? It's hard to say. I'm basically, now I'm not really that concerned. It's got some damage, and when I pulled that off just now, I could see it like went with it. So I've got these like weirdo long strands. So I'm just gonna basically undo this. Come on. I'm gonna have to cut off. I can't cut that end off though because I need that. So the thing that I wound here up top, if I want to use this without again chopping it down, unwind that. Which way did I go? There we go. So I'm still going to use just that bit. Wow, we're going to make a fucking mess. This is called making a mess with Zeos. The ones that are longer than the ends obviously are cut at the bottom and have been pulled up. So you could just do that. Luckily, if they're this long, you won't like stab yourself with them because they're so long. I gotta undo this now. How do I usually, it's second nature that I just like start twisting. Pull that out. So much extra copper. Now we're getting to the, because we've unwound it, so it'll be a little bit longer. Look at that. Those are beautiful, aren't they? So now, our goal. Again, I'm going to clean this mess up a little bit, I think. I have a garbage pail here. Forgot I brought a garbage pail in here because I'm sick. Don't throw that away. Oh, Jesus. Everything's just being genitally. Today's one of those quiet days. Zeus experiences days where he doesn't want to hear fucking music. It's what happens as a issue when all you do is music. At some point you just want everything to shut the fuck up. Just be quiet. That's too big. Alright. Now I'm gonna go and I have the full black if I need to. I should be able to take this, split half of it, figure out which half has more copper that's gonna make it to the top. Or I could just separate it. Now we're gonna get real aspy. Give me all the strands that are long on this side, please. There you go. And these are all the strands that are shorter, which I had cut previous. So we don't need those. The strands that are shorter can go now, because they're not going to help our cause. Did I lose that one too? I lost that one too. Come on. You are the antithesis of annoying. Disgusting. Let's not do that. Alright, so that's pretty much done. I'm just going to sister them, heat shrink it up, and then it'll be good. I don't want to twist it too much because I'll lose a lot of length. So I'm just going to twist a little bit and then get the very end. I'll do my normal twist. I'm going to have to probably cut a 1/4 inch or so off. I do twist clockwise. Excellent. Same shit on this side. There's definitely short ones here. We want to pull those away. We're looking to keep just the longest ones. Untangle, untangle. You're long. You're long. I do not want to do this for a living. This is horrific. So pull them apart. Got a couple little short ones here we don't need. We're trying to make it so that we're just taking the shielding and making it smaller on the last 2 inches of this wire. And once we get this heat shrunk, I will drop this son of a bitch and its counterpart down, and we should be good to go. See, I'm not gonna be able to pull that back without untangling it all. So I feel like there's too much copper here actually. There's definitely 3 or 4, like, these strands don't need to be here. Pull them to the other side. There we go. That's feeling more natural. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All you weirdos in this channel, what do you want from me? If I did a stream, it would be shit like this. Twitch link in the description. I mean, could you... I gotta make sure Twitch is cool with me not, like, playing games. I like playing games occasionally, but I couldn't spend all day going, hey, what's up, guys? We're gonna play games now. I'm gonna play games. I'll sit here and I'll wear the camera on my head. I have a whole plan on how to make this the streaming thing, where I don't have to, like... what's that shit called? Not work. How was I doing this? This is the smallest one I got for like actually going over the wire. I think that might be it. I'm gonna cut this in half. I'll cut this in half. Actually, I'm gonna put this on in a second. This one's going on second. First one's going on is these, the colored ones. And it really doesn't matter red or black. How long do I have to cut them? I'm assuming I'm going to get it to like there. You could usually put your fingernail into it and bend it. You'll leave a nice mark. And as I say that, that mark completely disappears. Double check. Should be good. Twitch stream. Never really... See, here's the thing. I don't watch Twitch streams. And when I heard about people watching them, I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But I understand it. I understand being that guy that everyone goes to. It's like, hey, I want to hang out with Steve. Let's hang out with Zeos and Steve. Steve, I don't know who that guy is, Steve. But let's hang out with him. Where? Oh, he's on Twitch. Oh, cool. Do friends get together and watch streams? I don't think so. This one's on the right, which is why it's going to get the right one. The red. Up. Come on. Don't you start with me. Okay. 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 Could use streaming ideas. Post in comments. I mean, if you've gotten this far into this terrible video, and you'd be interested in seeing me make more just endlessly terrible videos, live and in person, okay. That leaves enough. That's hot. That is warm. That is very, very warm to the touch. That's enough of there. Now I'm going to put those thicker ones around because I want to protect the... Pretty sure these are the only ones I have that'll fit this, which is unfortunate. Because they're definitely not going to squeeze down far enough. That squeezes the wire there, and then this is just going to come down and not even get close. I might be able to put another one over that. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Where's my black? Where is just black? Because now I have... This should be perfectly fine for doing this. Wow, please tell me you fit over that, you piece of shit. There you go. Okay. That is tight, tight, tight. But that is actually damaging the heat shrink. It's that tight. I'll worry about that later. Honestly, I'll worry about that later. We're good for now. Get this black heat shrink away from me. Bastard. Take the other one apart. So small. These are like $15 a pair, by the way. Again, I want to thank Monoprice for making me do this. Shit. That heat shrink didn't shrink all the way. Right at the end. Right at the end, it's slightly wider than it should be. Oh, blowing things bud. I was going to try to do some fancy shit with these other size connectors and then have this mount inside of it so it was just bigger. So, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. This is the smarter option. It's just the ends are going to be weird. Okay. Now, twist it on like you're screwing it down. There we go. Okay. So now we're to the point where I can fasten to the top of this and then screw this up and screw it on. So here's the issue. These motherfuckers are tiny. And the only thing that'll hold them properly is these headphones. If I just pop them in the headphones. Like I could use that as a stand and then start soldering. And I'm probably going to end up doing that because I'm a crazy motherfucker. But the same breath, if I'm soldering onto this and the heat transfers through into the headphones, you could make the headphones not work. Which is definitely not covered in the thing. Unfortunately, I can't think of a better solution because my little helping hands there won't hold this solid enough. So this is what we're doing. I do not recommend this. I'll take the other one, put it away. I've got that plugged in. I gotta get this heated up. Garbage. This is good. This is good. These don't need to be here. Actually, none of this. I'm gonna remove everything that doesn't need to be here, and there's a lot of stuff that doesn't need to be here. This is his heat shrink, right? Yeah, I'm gonna probably end up going over. Okay. Yeah. See, these are the trials and tribulations. I like doing shit like this that, you know, there's no editing. Zeus doesn't edit it so long, but you get to see me screw that up and realize, oh crap, I want to slide the thing down. I can't do the thing unless I slide it back way far and then heat shrink up. So it's going to be good. It's going to be fine. Heat up my goddamn soldering iron, which this is one of the better soldering irons. I mean, I've had shit soldering irons when I was growing up. Don't need that. Shouldn't need that. Might need that. Probably don't need that right now. And luckily this thing will just, you know, here I'm going to take it to from off to ready to go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 seconds from off to like I'm ready to solder now, which is impressive. Let me tell you, that's impressive. It used to be like turn it on and then make a sandwich and your house would be on fire. Don't lose that. Don't lose that. That doesn't belong on the table, and I'm almost out of liquid refreshment. Okay. Peel that back. We're going to tin this now. So that's hot. This is ground. Now we get to pick either side for ground. I'm only going to deal with one side. I'm going to tin the entire thing just so it's stronger. I don't want you got to be careful though when you tin, because it'll be solid for a piece and then it'll go back to soft, and where it goes back to soft, that's where it'll be the weakest. So on this thin a wire, we got to be real careful. I'm not doing a great enough job. That's not the worst thing I've ever done. It actually is. It's the worst thing I've ever done. Worse than when I took that school bus filled with children and drove it into a river just to watch them drown. I didn't actually do that. Or at least, fortunately, I can't prove it. Actually, they could prove anything. I've seen some weird shit on there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. cancer. Literally fucking cancer. What a lovely stand you've got there to work with those headphones. Actually, could I get more stability by putting this around something? Is it always yoga blocks? Is it always yoga blocks? Yes. It totally is always yoga blocks. Now, I'm probably going to cut that down and this down so that we're right against it like that. First, I'm going to figure out my stripper. I've got this. This isn't going to help me. Where's my stripper? Won't you be my stripper? No one does it quicker. Alright, we're cutting you down first. And now we're going to strip you. I'm going to use a bigger size than I think I need. Because I don't want to lose too much of that center. Or the hot. So now we should have two little I mean, we're talking, it's not micro soldering. I had a friend who fixed cell phones. He knows how to micro solder. This is like gigantic solder compared to that. Let me get the other one. I want to prep 1 and 2. That's why I feel better about myself internally. Actually, I do this 1 and 2 so that if I screw up one bad, it's while I'm at both stages are not completed. If you had completed one perfectly and then you went back and did the second one and you fuck it up bad and you got to redo it and it's a ½ inch shorter, you find a knife and you just slit your own throat. But if I fuck up now here, I was like, oh, I just got to go back and redo. You got to redo both. I didn't have one finished and you got to just, that's a mental thing. I want to put a little bit of extra rosin. People have commented on my abilities here, or my methodologies here, as being a little bit strange, and that's fine. I was never really properly taught how to solder. My father used to solder a little bit. He made a couple crossovers back in the day. I don't know how I picked it up. I think I just needed to make bombs, and that's no joke. 4th of July was awesome around me as a kid. Okay. That is a lot of solder. That is way too much solder. So what essentially we're doing, oh, we didn't tin this wire, and I should have done that. Boop. Boop. Okay. I'm working sort of like too low. I would like to be working higher than where I am. Actually, that's what I got to do. I got to build up a little bit of solder there, and a little bit of solder there. Now I should be able to just touch this. See, no, bad. Now the center is touching. Oh, this is gonna suck. All right, there's one. So now we have the pin engaged. I should be able to touch this to there. That's on the outside. I want to put it. Okay, that was been bad. That should be a working. Actually, we could test this right now without fucking anything up. Where is my thingy? There's my thingy. I need you on. I need you on. If you can test while doing, test while doing. Because it's gonna make, when you're done and you test it and it's all fucked up, again, it's back to that, you don't want to fuck it up and find out at the end. You want to fuck it up right in the middle. Don't burn yourself. There's hot soldering irons here. The own is fine. Okay. I don't know which one of these is which, because they're currently both not labeled. Working. Okay. I'm kind of interested. You know what? I'm just going to... Because the way the pin is, because the way this is, it's got center, which is your hot, and then it's got either side can be ground. my soldering is not that great, I'm going to remove one of the ground sides. See, I'm just grounding it out. So now it has much less chance. That went somewhere, by the way. Less chance of moving over and hitting that. I would love to protect those some way, wrap them. I used to have, and I don't know where it is. It was a bottle. I haven't seen it in forever. Yet I'm coming here like it's just going to be here. It was called liquid electrical tape. And you just put it there and it just insulated. I haven't. Because there's no other way to really like that is such a small connection and the gap is just electrical shock. Not from that, from slippers. Definitely from slippers. And that should be fine. I should be able to do... That's solid. I need to... Yeah, I guess that's good. Fuck, I got some solder on the... Oh. Screw this in. See if she still works. This is where this one comes in. It's very German. Oh, Jesus. Did I just twist that badly? Okay. I gotta grab her from the outside. Really? Make sure she doesn't lose connection at any point. Okay. Let's do the other side. Before we're going to go over that again and we're going to finish it again. I'm going to do that because it shouldn't. It should. Here's what. All right. Okay. I don't want to send grounded problems back into my amp. That's not bad actually. I don't need you. You're playing Blue Scholars. Nip-X are good. Where was I on this? I was just getting ready to... I will remove that other ground now before I start because hindsight is 20/20. Okay. So that's less to deal with. I'm going to... They just need a little bit of red on them. This way they can hold a little bit of solder. And again, we're doing this fast. We don't want to push any heat into the actual headphone. We just want to tin those a little bit. Make them shiny. Make them shiny. These are already tinned and shiny. And again, I feel like I'm going to work like there and not here. It's on. I want to rest my elbow. Honestly, I just want to rest my fucking elbows. Fuck. Can I do these both at once? That seems like it's a bad idea. Much better your second time is always. That's true with many things. Giggity. Give it a couple twists. Is it breaking off? No, that looks solid. Okay, I'm going to... Can I grab that? Can I pull that out? Where's my Nip-X? These Nip-X are German, by the way. I said I need to have an expensive tool for sort of like finite work, and this is the most expensive pliers I could find. Okay, come on. Okay. Music's not playing. Why? Maybe I fucked that up. Please tell me I fucked that up. Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay. That scared me. That was like a moment of, oh, I gotta redo it. Fuck. So here's what we have right now. It's kind of nasty looking. And I'm just gonna probably heat shrink a big, nice, fatty 9000 heat shrink over all of it. Can I get this over there? You're just gonna be just like, oh, it almost fits. Oh, you almost. I don't want to push red on that side. If I'm gonna attempt to go, because you always want to use the smallest possible heat shrink that'll work. Nah, that's not. That's too tight. Damn it. If you use the smallest possible heat shrink that'll work, it's guaranteed to grab the best. Like this. This is way big. It's like, ooh, flying over it. There's no middle ground. There's just like, how much fatter is this? It's like a third bigger. It should still crimp down hard enough. You could test this, by the way, by making a ring. Just a small ring. And we'll heat shrink that on just to see how tight she gets. Where'd torch go? I'm being blinded by the amount of colors. I get the perfect vision, by the way, but I can't see shit if there's a complicated desk happening. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. It's a little loose. Actually, we could use that clear heat shrink he provided. I only have one piece of it, though. I don't mind if I don't see the silver. I would have liked to have seen the silver because all my other connectors have silver ends. Actually, no, they don't. The Sennheisers don't. I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. I know what the fuck I'll do. I'm going to make this stop like there. So I'm going to bring it down to there. I need the black equivalent. Racism. Of course you're shorter. And you're too fat. What the hell? Did I... Is this... seriously? Like, I don't have the matching one in this. I had this kit first, obviously. And then I bought this kit that's just black stuff. Racism. 2017 ended. Wow. Look at the fucking... That's wow. That is some wow shit right there. And not World of Warcraft either. Okay, so I'm wrapping you there and there. And again, I'm still just choosing which side is left and right. There's no rule of law. It says either one has to be either one. Trying it nice and hot so that she smooths out. Let that sit. It's looking thicker. It isn't any thicker. I mean, that's all that's in it anyway, so. Okay. Black on black. This black stuff has the lettering, which I don't know. Some people think that that's part of the cool charm of heat shrink, because you get that cool lettering. Okay. Now I'm going to take the adhesive white that he gave me, which is very stiff, by the way. I'm going to attempt to fold it directly in half. Boss move right there. Go in, up. It's a tough nut. Oh, you can see its adhesive is kicking on even without the heat. And now I'm going to just doubly verify. Yes, it does fit. Can I cut that straighter than that? Yes, I can. Boom. You can see it turns crystal clear and then starts shrinking. Oh yeah. That is to guarantee that this, I'm trying to keep it so that these don't yank off. Because they're not that heavy, but they're heavier than not at all heavy. That makes sense? It makes sense to a Zeos. That's very few things. Did I actually cut this in half? That seems like a long thing. That is quite a bit longer, actually. My keen eye picked that up. Super keen. Okay. This will be the first time I've listened. I'm sure there's get it, Shure? Because these are the Shure connectors that Shure IEMs use. And I'm sure there are balanced cables out there that Shure IEMs have. So I'm sure, so I am positive, I'm going to say the word positive now, that somebody has, shut you off, heard the M1060s balanced before. But I haven't, and that's all that matters. Because I'm the only one that matters. That's why you're here watching this. For this long, what was that, like 40 minutes? Oh, Jesus. Okay, pardon me, you don't matter right this moment. I will eventually be replacing the Liberty cables, the real long ones, with just these. Because look at them. Look how cute they is. And I had them make matched pairs. So this is a shorty pair of blue and red. And I obviously don't have to tell you which one's right and left. And there's a longer pair because I've got to go up. I got to go from the bottom Aoun to the stacks, and then from the stacks back down to the X7S. So I need a slightly shorter one. It's going to be so cool when I get them on there. All right, I'm going to save these. That's like the scrap bin. Cleaning up. Again, if I streamed, there would be no editing. There's never editing anyway, but there would be like extra no editing. I'd have to hide all the porn that's just literally everywhere. There's porn everywhere. You can't see it because I'm real good at it. But, man, that whole black light thing. Just stream with a black light constantly on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I prefer, like, I want to pull these tools away before I try the headphones for the first time balanced. And, I did that whole video on snake oil. And it's come up that, you know, balance doesn't do anything. And the problem with that is I've had experiences where, like, I bought the cable for the HD600s. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to test this now. I buy this cable because I want to know if it's worth my time. Because did I have the Jotunheim at that point? I had something else. I had maybe the Ha1. And I had the Ha1. And that was sort of like, okay, the few set of headphones that I had that's still hot. It's gonna need to cool down. I had heard a difference, and so when I built this breakout box, which I have another video on this channel. Don't lose that wire. When I put it together, if you watch that channel or read the annotation, I fucked it up bad. How bad? Well, the plate on the front that this plugs into was metal. I drilled it out. It was perfectly centered. God damn these slippers. And the problem is that these 1/4-inch jacks, the whole, even though there's individual pins for ground, the whole fucking face was ground. The whole, and when it touched metal to metal, it just disabled entirely the benefits of running balanced. So I noticed when I finished putting it together that it didn't sound any better than everything else. So it was just like, oh crap. And then I looked at it, and then I got my multimeter out and tested it, and sure enough, I fucked it up. So I made the front out of plastic. Fill in the 0. That's all I really do is one little spot. I don't have to do anything on the other side, but I'm going to fill this in blue because blue. So now I've got, and I don't have to label these because obviously that's the right and that's the left. Why this color? Because I have all the other ones colored. And all I have left is orange and this. And I didn't feel like using orange on these. I'll use orange on something else. Drape beautifully. It's actually got a nice little flex to it now because of all that. A little stiff. I don't want to put too much stress. Nice. Let me make sure that everything is... Is there a benefit? I'm not telling you there is or isn't. Just... Blue Scholars Hussein. Good luck if you have endeavors to do this on your own.